Risk of Rain 2, the Keanu Reeves of video games, where you enjoyed yourself, you're just clearly left wanting more. You start out, you get a character. I think there's eight, and I think there's going to be a new one in August. And you start out with nothing other than their abilities and their weapons, and then you slowly build items and kind of adapt to the game that you want. It's a solid get on the imagination and the world of make-believe. You get to build your character the way you want. However, you build it the wrong way, you die. And when you die, that's it. Similar to life, but you know, it's comic book style cell shader. I'm a huge fan of this game because it allows me to pick and choose quickly. That's not quick, so I wouldn't really dictate what I'm doing in this game as being quick, but usually you kill guys, you get money, you open chests, and then it drops a random item that slowly builds your character. I have an artifact that allows me to pick and choose everything through that color. Whites are lower level, green, yellow, red, orange. I don't know if it's yellow or orange. Who cares? Doesn't matter. But it's super fun. You get the opportunity to just fight guys getting progressively harder, and it's almost kind of like the dating world. Like, sooner or later, you get older, and then everybody else gets progressively worse. Or better, depending on what your social circle is. And I don't know, I'm not here to judge. But the whole goal of this game, they're procedurally generated maps where you come in, you find this teleporter, you start it, you fight the boss, you charge to 100%, and you go to the next level. And that seems very simple. It's super difficult. It may be difficult. I don't know, you're probably a better gamer than I am. Or you have better friends that are better gamers. I don't know. My buddy and I, we play this game, and I think we did like 3 hours and 10 minutes of consistently playing this game in one run. And it was great. And we had to stop because it was probably 4 in the morning. It just kept going and going. And the builds that we had on our characters basically allowed us not to die. And then there's a couple items that you get that even if you die, you get to spawn right back in, which is terrific. It just takes a little bit to kind of get those because you have to sacrifice items. I highly recommend this game. It is super fun, and I only have, I believe, like a couple items at this point, and I'm still fighting the teleporter. My goal is to get to level 20, and as you can see, my character slowly changes with the items that you get. So when you pick them, it adds them to your character. There's a character called the Engineer who gets to drop these sweet little turrets, and if you get the upgrade version of that, they get these little legs and they follow with you, which are just the cutest little things. Could you imagine a character or anything that has like little squid-like legs and follows you around and carries all of your personality with you? I think that would be a delight, but I'm not here to judge. I don't know what your personality is. I want to think that it's great because you're watching this, but who am I to say? Because I have had great character at times. I've also had better personality most of the time. So this is how the boss fight usually goes. As you get progressively farther in the game, enemies get harder, and the bosses then they're more abundant. Like if you've fought one of those titans right there at the beginning, it may just be one of them. As you get later on, you'll fight like 4 of them like I just did. The bosses aren't the problem. It's the dudes and the damage over time that show up randomly and just pop in. There are so many guys on this map and so many drones that I have and a lot of crap going on that this game starts to slow down because I built my character around serious, like, look at that. Like, that's crazy. And my computer is not terrible. These guys right here, these worms, the magma worms, and then I believe the overload worms, that just spawned in at the beginning of this stage. Those are actual bosses. So as you get farther, what happens is bosses become basically like just normal enemies. Like those 4 titans that I had in that last little clip, they'll show up again, just randomly. and they're a giant pain in the ass. You can get these builds like I have right here, where you can get something that heals you on critical damage, and then you get something that builds your shield through critical damage. Like, you can basically stay alive forever. I mean, like the boss, as you can see right here, not really an issue. Boss isn't a problem. Never been the problem. Well, it has been. It just isn't currently. And then you use the Royal Capacitor, and you can basically find guys like I'm going to do right now. That's a worm. That's a boss. He's real far away, and he just got struck by lightning, and now he's gone. The Royal Capacitor, highly recommend it. No, super fun time. But this game gives you the opportunity to pick and choose how you build your character. I think that's super fulfilling, and it's really great to play with other people. I play with my buddy, and we have, we have a blast, because it's just one of those things where if you don't get that survivability built up, then, you're dead, and then he has to finish the teleporter, or whoever you have, has to finish the teleporter and the boss to bring you back in the next level. So, if you go down, it's a selfish little number. But it gets to the point, like I have here, it just gets real slow when you're playing by yourself. You got doubles, it's a little bit easier. But the boss is dead. Like, dead. And your whole goal is to survive. And when you don't survive, and you get super complacent, this happens. Where, oh, dead. However, I had a revive. If I would have died right there, that'd have been it. And I would have started all the way over. Bosses are over. If you build it properly, it's super fun. I highly recommend it. And I also recommend you playing with other people. Maybe find friends. Who's to say that you don't have friends? I just know it takes me a little bit longer to find people to play with, other than the person that I've mandated to play with me. And I think he's on board. He just feels like he's been sequestered to play Risk of Rain 2. And then as you slowly progress, and then you get farther in the game, you get this opportunity to buy lunar tokens. You can do your research. I'm not here to review this. Well, wait. Maybe I am. I'm not here to judge, I guess. I'll review it. I'm just not going to judge you for what you choose to do. So, I recommend it. I think it's cheap. There's going to be another update coming in August, as I mentioned before. You get an opportunity to kind of just pick and choose. You'll be fine. I'm certain of it. And if I'm not certain of it, that doesn't mean that I don't care about you. Because I do. I just find different reasons to care. So, there you go. Risk of Rain 2, basically an all-encompassing review, right? I pretty much nailed it for you guys. Now you don't have any more questions, and if you do, just watch it again. Maybe you missed something. Maybe I missed something. But, holla.